G'day guys, Morezy here and welcome to the tutorial video for my multi-floor slime block buttonless elevator. This design is quite advanced and will require a little bit of concentration to do properly. Hopefully the tutorial is easy enough to follow, and if you do make any mistakes just leave a comment and I'll see if I can help you out. This will be suitable for Minecraft 1.8 and above on PC and Mac, and it will also work on vanilla Minecraft servers, but modded servers and modded single player probably not so much. But let's get started anyway. Alright guys, so the first thing we have to do is dig a hole to put this bottom section in. This bottom section includes the hopper timer for the up signal and some wiring for the bottommost floor. Now in the description here I've got it's a 10 by 10 elevator. It's actually not, it's actually a 9 by 10. The reason I said 10 by 10 is that if you didn't have an extra layer of blocks here, it wouldn't look quite as nice on the front. So what we're going to do first is actually dig out a hole. The hole is going to be 9 blocks by 10 blocks. So we've got 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that space will be enough to put the elevator in, and we'll also have a nice little area for the front as well. So the first thing to do is on the 10 side is going to be where we put the floors. So from the middle there we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right in the middle, and that will be the ground level for floor number 1, or the ground floor. From that floor we can actually work out where the shell of the shaft goes, and to do that you need to use an immovable block like a watermelon, a dropper, a piece of obsidian, furnace, a few other things. And I'm just going to use the watermelon here just to mark out where we need to be. So from this 3 wide walkway here we want to go here, and then 2 this way, and then 4 this way, 1 there, 2 that way, and that is the center of the elevator. That's the part you ride in. Now that should be 2 blocks from the front, and 1, 2, 3 blocks from the back. Okay, so now that we've got that, I'm just going to run this all the way up, and we're just going to go right up the top, and then we'll fill in some bits after that. Okay, so I've filled in this area here with droppers, and now we're going to see where the second floor is going to be. Now between each floor there's going to be 5 blocks, so if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th block is actually the next level. So you can use that to work out where all your levels are going to end up, and you can work from there. Now I've gone ahead and made 3 levels here, and what I'm going to try and do is do this tutorial a level at a time, and then it's just to repeat the process kind of deal, so it should be pretty easy to continue on from there. So the first thing I'm going to do is just place a few blocks here to get my bearings, and the first part will be the timer at the bottom here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make the hopper timer for the up direction. So around the back here we've got 2 hoppers facing into each other. They're 3 blocks up from the bottom. If you've got a 5 deep hole it'll be 2 blocks up from the bottom. But we've got 6 here, 6 deep, so that's cool. And let's do the hopper timer. So block here, block there, and we'll put another block there, and another block there, and also 1 here, and 1 here. We'll put sticky piston here, and 1 here, and then we'll put comparator here, and 1 here. Dot of redstone there, and a dot of redstone there, and then a redstone block in the middle. And that makes your standard hopper timer. Alright, so looking at the floor here, I've got the floor selection on the right and the indicator light on the left. Now you can actually reverse this, but it would be a bit complicated to do that and watch the tutorial at the same time. So I'm just going to do it the same way I've got it here. So what I want to do first is actually just set up the hopper timer in that position. So looking at it from the back, on the left side here, we're going to put 2 blocks out here just temporarily with the repeater and with a torch. Okay, now that's going to be the default position for the hopper timer. That's off, and then we're going to take it from there. Alright, so this position is off at the moment, so we know that we need to take the signal from this side, which would be on. So we're going to put 3 blocks here like this, a repeater here, and 2 bits of redstone here. We're going to go up a block like that, up another block like that, and up 2 blocks up like that. And we're just going to run redstone all the way across there like that. We're also going to actually take this off and go 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks out, and then put redstone here. And then we're going to start up the top here. So we're going to start the floor selection chest side by getting some regular chests and putting them here. And then we'll get a hopper going into that chest, like that. And then we'll get a trap chest on the top, and this is going to count the items that we put in. So to make it count, let's get a different color of clay. Let's get orange here, and oh, I already had some. So what we're going to do is just go one below here and put a comparator, and then off the comparator on the top we're going to put another block here, and then another block like that, with a torch off the side and redstone on the top. Now we can actually just quickly show you this. So when you put 5 items in the chest, the torch turns off and then back on, and when it's back on, those 5 items have gone through. So what we're going to do now is actually take this down just a little bit further. So we need to go down with this signal, and we'll put it onto a torch that goes right there, which is off at the moment, and we're going to use that signal around the other side of our hopper timer. Okay, so just underneath here, this torch is actually going to carry the signal of the items that we put in and bring it around the corner here, and it's going to go all the way up through the checking system. So what we need to do here is get the signal from this torch. So we're going to put a block here like this, and then go down a little bit and go all the way along to the corner, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks there, and a 5th block up like that. Now if you're doing a 5 deep version of this hole, obviously this orange part right here is the bottom floor. Now we're going to just put some redstone, and we're going to go like this all the way around and into a torch. And that torch is going to start the long line of torches that goes all the way up. Okay, so this torch line that we're going to put in is going to be responsible for checking what the signal length is against the values that are kept in these hoppers. So that is 1 block, therefore a signal length of 1 will trigger this floor. So to do that, we're going to start off on top of this torch, which if you've done it correctly should be in line with the back here, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go 4 like that. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go torch here, 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 and here. So we've got 1, 2, 3 blocks there, and 4th one on top, and we're just going to copy that pattern all the way up. So 1 and a torch, 2 and a torch, 3 and a torch, 4th block here, and a torch there. So that's going to continue all the way up however high you go. Alright, so now I'm just going to put in the sticky pistons and the slime blocks. So standing on the platform here, if we go this block and put them as slime blocks, then we can get our sticky piston, and that needs to go here facing up, and also here facing up. Then we can knock out this block, and then this block and this block, and put it there, and also put one there. So that's going to be the engine that runs the elevator, and if you want to go ahead you can actually repeat this further up. So we'll leave 2 blocks, so 1, 2, and put a sticky piston there, and leave 2 blocks, 1, 2, sticky piston there, whoa, sticky piston there, and again that's where the next level starts, like that. And if we go over to here, this is level 2, so that's level 1, level 2, and as you can see it's all in the same position. So that would continue all the way up as well, but we're just going to concentrate on finishing this first floor at the moment. Alright, so next we're going to put in the brakes. Now the brakes are actually pistons, and if we look at the position of this piston here, we go 1 down to this side, break that block, and break that block, and this is where the first piston will go. So we'll face it out that way, and it's a sticky piston, like that. And then just for a marker we'll put a dot of redstone on top there, like that. Then we're going to put a redstone block on the front here, and then we're going to also do the other side. Now the other side is slightly different. We'll use a regular piston, same level, so there, and we're just going to face it out in this direction, like that. So those 2 pistons will act as brakes, so when they're retracted like this and the slime blocks are sticking to it, the slime block won't be able to move up or down because this is being held in place, and when they extend they become immovable blocks and the slime block will let go. So that's how they work. So we can continue that and do that on the second level too, but for the moment I'm just going to do this first level. Okay, so next we need to put in the wiring to hook up to the brake here. So on this bottom torch here, we're going to run it out this way and then up 1 block. We're going to put a block there, and we're going to put a repeater going into that, and then a repeater going into that, and some redstone here. Next we're going to have a block there, and then we're going to put 2 hoppers that way and that way, so facing into each other, and then we're going to put another repeater on here, and we're going to set that to 3, and then we're going to put a piece of redstone on this hopper here. Next we're going to take 2 blocks and put them like this, and we're going to have a comparator facing into the piston, and then a repeater facing into that hopper there. So what that is, it's a kind of counter. So this level here we would put 1 piece in, and if the 1 piece is in this section the piston will be open, and if it gets over to this section, which we can do like this, then the piston will stay closed. Okay. Alright, so now because the elevator is divided into 2 halves, we need to make sure that the piston over this side, which you can't actually see at the moment, is going off at the same time as this piston. So what we do here is we'll get another color of clay. Let's use this one. And we're going to take the signal from this and run it over to this block, like that, and then we're going to put some redstone here into this block, and then we're going to put another block like this, and then a repeater into that block there, like that. So that will actually take the signal from that redstone when it's extended, and it will also extend this piston over this side. And we're going to use this block here later, so we'll just put a repeater there like that. We're going to use that for the indicator light. Alright, we're actually just going to do the lamp now. So where this piston is sitting at the moment, retracted, means that this is the current floor that's selected. So let's grab a lamp and put the lamp here, just opposite the trap chest. And when we go down here, this repeater we put down, set that to 3 ticks, and then we'll put a block above it with the torch on top, and then another block on top of that, and then we'll put a bit of redstone there and go over this way. Now this part will be to open and close the doors. So if we put that block there like that, we need to knock out this one and then put the crossbeam across for the doors like that. And if we put the doors in here and here, now at the moment they're closed. Now as I said, the light's on, that means we're at this floor at the moment, so as soon as I hook this up, the door's open. So there we go. Okay, optional extra, you can put in a note block here as well. So if we put a block off that torch there, put a repeater facing that way into a note block there, and set that to whatever tone we want. When the floor is the correct floor, where are we? Okay, you hear that? So it plays when it's the right floor. So there you go. Alright, so let's build in the first tile entity update detector. Now there are 2 of these per floor. They're not the same on both sides. So this side is the indicator light side. And to make this, we're going to start off by making a little bit of a shape like this. And we'll put another block around here, like that. Okay, so make that sort of a pattern. Then we're going to put a comparator facing this way, and a dot of redstone here, and then a repeater facing that way. Then we're going to get a sticky piston and a cauldron. Sticky piston will go here, like that. And we'll also get some water. Cauldron goes on top, and the water goes into that. And you can see it triggered there. So when we do this and hit the note block, you can see it will trigger. Now what we have at the moment is a note block that doesn't make any sound. So if we want to make some sound on it, all we have to do is grab another note block and put it on this block here. Set it to the tone we want, and that will make that tone every time. Now on the other side here, we're just going to put a torch here for the moment, and this is going to be what carries the signal up to the top. So we'll have that on each level. Now we'll do the other side. Okay, so the other side is only slightly different. So again, where the note block is here, we're going to do this, 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 and here, like that. I'm going to put the comparator facing that way, and sticky piston up here like this. We'll put a repeater facing into that, a bit of redstone there, and then need my water bucket back, cauldron, and water in like that. And then we'll put, for our note block to play on this side, we'll put another one here and set that to the tone we want. And so now it'll play that tone. Next thing we'll do is just put another block across like this, and then put a torch on the top and a piece of redstone next to it like that. And that will allow us to carry the signal down. So this green signal will actually match up with this one right here. So we'll do that now. Alright, so running off this button, this bottom floor is the only one that's going to have this configuration. As you go up in floors, this will change slightly, but this part here is going to be the same every time. Just what I'm about to do now will be only for this bottom floor. So all we're going to do is just carry the signal down. So we'll put a block here, and we'll put a torch on top, there on the side, sorry, and a piece of redstone on top. And then we'll go down one further, put a block here, redstone on top of that, and a torch here. And then we can actually knock out this torch now and replace it with redstone. And now what we can see is this is still in the off position because we have nothing in there. So if we do this, now when we hit this button, you'll see the hopper timer will start when we hit this note block. See, it starts, and then we can take this signal up and through the engines. Okay, so this bottom floor is pretty well set up at the moment. The only thing we don't have is the line going to the engines here. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to just fill out the second floor, and then we can see how they connect together. And once I've done that, you should be able to do as many floors as you like. We'll connect the engines at the back, and then we'll finish by doing the top floor, which will be another different top floor. So we'll do that now. Okay, so I've gone ahead and put in all those pieces on the second floor here. Now what I'm going to do now is connect up all the relevant pieces. So I'm going to connect the orange bits together, the green bits together, the red bits already connected from when we first did it, but then I'll also connect the purple bit there as well. So first things first though, this little bit of redstone here is currently connected to the doors for this level. So when this one turns on and off, it will open and shut these doors. We don't want that to happen because that's interference. So if we go on the inside here and we just block that off, now those doors will operate properly. And what we had on my previous video is I just had some buttons here. For whatever reason, in case you get locked inside, you can just push the button and you can walk out. Okay, so that's important to make sure that those two wires there don't connect. And once you've done that, we can look at this orange wire. So the orange one actually transfers the signal length from however many items you put in. So if we put 2 in, it's not going to do anything because it's not connected. So we need to connect those, and now if you followed this at the moment, yours should look something like this. To connect them, all you have to do is go a block here and a block here, put a torch on this side, and then put some dust there, like that. Now they're connected, so now if I actually put one item in here, you can see that turned on because this is level 1. Now to tell it that it's level 1, I've actually put one item in the hoppers. Now something neat you can do, you could reverse it. This could be level 2, and maybe this is level 1. Why would you do that? Maybe at the top of your elevator is where you spend most of your time. So maybe you don't want to put in 40 items or 30 items. You want to just put one item in and get all the way to the top. So by doing it this way, you can do that. If I just put one in, this will turn off and that will turn on. So you don't have to have it in order. You don't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. You could have one item, 3 items, 2 items, 10 items, and so on. You just have to remember which one is the one you want, I guess. Alright, so next let's do this purple circuit. Now the purple circuit is the output for this button, or this note block, and that will send a signal up to the hoppers at the top, so that it can know when to send the elevator down. So to connect these, you should have something that looks like this at the moment. Starting from the bottom here, we'll go like this, and we'll put a dot of redstone there. We'll go up one block and put a torch on the side, up another block and put a torch on the side, another block, put a torch on the top, another block here, and then another torch there, and then another block here, and a dot, and we're back to where we started. So that's the next level. So you just want to continue that pattern all the way up. Let me do the next one as well. So we want a block up here, torch on the side, a block on top, torch on the other side, block on top, torch on top, block on top, and then torch on the side, another block there, and a dot there. And that'll be ready for the next level. Alright, I just thought I'd redo this red circuit as well, just in case you don't have it yet. So starting from Let's do it from here. So starting from here where the hoppers are, this torch should always be on as a default, not until you put an item in the chest should this turn off. So if your torch is off here at the moment, then you've got something wrong. But let's start up here, so we'll put a block on top of that, torch here, block there, torch here, another block here, another torch there. Now this level can be off, that's fine, but the next level above, where the hoppers are, has to be on. And that's how you do that one. So then we'll just continue it up again. So from here we go block here, torch there, block here, torch there, block there, on, block there, and one there. So that's how that should look. So this dot on the purple side should be level with this on torch here, and then you know you've got it right. Okay, so the last bunch of circuits here is the green one, and this one is the note block that sends a signal down to the bottom hoppers, so that makes this side the side you would hit if you want to go up. So to start here, again, you should have something that looks like this at the moment, and this one we're going to put a block here like this with dust on top. Then we're going to put, now this is important, we'll put a slab here like that, has to be a slab, and a repeater here. We put another block here like that, then your piston should be there at the moment. If we go down below the piston by one block to here, and put a piece of redstone on that, and then we put a torch here. Now they're all connected. The reason this has to be a slab is because if this was a full block, it would actually power and unpower itself, and it would flash on and off, and it would be no good. So that's how that one works, and it connects all the way down. So you just continue that for any number of floors that you have, and now that will send the signal all the way down. And if we test it quickly here, we hit this note block, and you can see the hopper clock turned on, so that's working, that's good. Alright, so all your control circuits should be done. It's a good idea to probably give them all a little test and make sure the signal makes its way all the way through, just to make sure they're all connected properly. Next we're going to do the sort of complicated part, which is hook up the engines. Now the first thing you want to do, let me get a different colour here, let's go with magenta. So the first thing you want to do is actually just put some blocks across here where the pistons are, and that's going to carry the signal for each row of piston. So just like that, and then we can build the individual circuits onto it. Okay, so now we're going to put the up signal, which will be in yellow, and this will carry the signal from the hopper clock all the way up the side. And what we're going to do is where we stopped here with this grey circuit, we're actually going to knock this out, and we're going to put a repeater, and then we're going to put a block here. So this should be where your first block is, where this piston is, and then we're going to go back the other way by 2 blocks, up another block like that, back the other way by 3 blocks, on top of the cauldron by 2, another block higher there, and another block like that and that. And now we're actually back to where we started. Now for repeaters, we'll have that repeater there set to 2, and we'll put another repeater here, we'll set that one to 4, and then we'll put another repeater here, set that to 2, repeater in the back here, set that to 4, and then another repeater here set to 2. So when the repeaters are facing this way, set them to 2, and when they're facing that way, set them to 4. Okay, so we'll just put redstone in here and fill it in like that, and now we're ready to start the next level. So again, got to put a block there, one there, like that, 3 across the front, 2 on top of the cauldron, 1 up higher, back around this way. Repeaters here, that one's facing that way, so set to 4. Repeater here, that one's facing that way, so set to 2. Repeater here, that one's facing that way, set it to 4. And repeater here, set to 2. Fill in with redstone. like that, and that's those two connected. Okay, so let's do the other side here. I'm going to use the light grey clay here. Now from the bottom here, this is going to be the signal that goes from the top all the way down to the bottom, so this will be the last part that it gets to. And to start with, we're going to look at this torch right here. We're going to put a block here and one here, and that'll be the beginning. We're going to come up one block higher and go out by 2 and make a little platform of 4 like that. Then we're going to put this here like this and put a block above like that. We're going to follow this little corner here, 1, 2 like that, and then put another block here, and then that pattern actually repeats, so we're up to this part again. So it would be, there's your torch, block there, and you would continue up with your pattern like that, and then it would be like that, block there, and so on. Now repeaters, again, we're going the same method as we used there. So when the repeaters are facing this way, we'll set them to 4, and when the repeaters are facing that way, we'll set them to 2. Now keep in mind this signal is coming down, so for that reason the repeaters have to face down towards the ground. So first repeater we're going to put is going to be this one. This one faces that way, so we'll set it to 2. Then we're going to put 2 here, 1, 2, set them to 4, and they're facing down into this block. And then we've got another repeater here that's facing that way, so we'll set that to 2, and then we just continue that on. So again, another repeater here, set to 2, and then there'd be 2 more repeaters here, set to 4, and then we're just going to fill that in with redstone. So there, around the corner, and here, and here. So that repeater is going to feed this line, which is going to feed that repeater down to here. It's going to be pulled through to here, around the corner, down to here, and continue on. Alright, so now we've completed that, we can put in the final piece for the back here. And what that is the comparator clocks which are going to run. Now if a signal is turned on here, we want to pull this signal out and run the piston engines. So this block here is the one we want to pull the signal from. So we're going to start just one block below like that, and we're going to come around the corner like this. We'll put a comparator here into a block that's up top like that, and we'll put 2 more blocks down underneath like that and connect to this part here. Next we're going to put 1 more block over here like that, and then we're also going to put another block up like that. Now this part here we'll put redstone up to there and redstone down to here like that, and then we'll actually block this off and then put a repeater to here and then redstone there, and that's that half. Now we need to do the other half. Okay, so the other half is very much similar. So again, this is where we want to pull the signal from, this little bit, and on this next level it's this little bit here. And how we're going to do that is, starting from over here, let's just put 2 blocks up like that, and we'll put another block here, and we'll put a block in between those. We're going to put a comparator facing that way, set that to subtract, and also previously set that one to subtract as well. That's very important, so make sure they're on subtract. Then we're going to put a couple blocks there like that, and then redstone here, here and here, and we're actually going to run redstone all the way across the top here, and actually we'll run it on this level as well. Make sure you've got redstone there. Okay, last little bit is we'll put a block here with a repeater, and then on this side we'll put 2 bits like that. So what that's essentially done has separated this side from this side, so when this comparator fires it won't interfere with this wiring here, and when this one fires it won't interfere with this wiring here. So that's your setup, and we'll just repeat that all the way up. So the next one again will start here, and also it will start here, and so we can fill that in now. Okay, I've just completed that second row. Now one thing I forgot to add here is there's a little part here, you can see this, where these wires here are connecting, the grey circuit and this one are connecting. We don't want that to connect because it will interfere, so we want to put a block there. And that's right next to the repeater for this red section. So next to that repeater, you can see it there, that's the block we want to make sure is put there. Okay, so put that there, cut that wire off. It didn't happen on this one because there is no wire below it, but there should be a block here as well, like that. So we'll keep going with that. Make sure all of these are set to subtract mode, and next thing we'll do is connect it up to a top section. Alright, so I'm going to start here with the top floor. Now I'm only going to do these 3 floors here at the moment because that's just enough to show you what to do. So this top floor, the height of it is actually the same as between this floor and this floor. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that 6th block is going to be where the top of this elevator finishes. So I'm just going to mark that out just a little bit, and I'm going to build this wall up so that it's at the right height. So I'm going to build the whole wall up till it's that high, level with that one there. Okay, so you can see that this is where the top of the elevator stops, and I can get rid of this stuff now. And one thing to note is that when the elevator gets to the top floor and you want to go back down, the 2 little bits on the top will actually come through. So this is the top of the elevator here, so you need to leave a little hole there because the blocks will actually come through here just a little bit. I think it might even just be the 1 block, I'll have to check that. But if you do that, then you can leave a little bit of room, and that way you won't run into any problems. Alright guys, so I've finished the last bit of wiring on the back here up to the top floor. Now when you get to the top floor you can stop this yellow line because that's as far as we need to go, seeing as the signal's coming from the bottom. And on this side we need to make it go a bit further and hook up to another hopper timer up the top here. Now what I'll also do is bring this purple line of torches up, and we can use that to keep the hopper timer stopped. So I'm just going to build this up now. So we'll go 1 up like that, 1 like that. This is just the same pattern as you would use, so I'm doing this part right now. And we'll get a torch and put a torch there like that. And then for this last little bit I'm just going to do something like this, and that's going to be running into the back of the pistons for the top hopper clock. So let me do that hopper timer now. Alright, so the top hopper timer goes up here, and I'm just going to build that out. So we go like this, block there, on the other side, block there. We want a block here, and we want to put sticky piston there, and 1 there, like that. Comparator and comparator. We'll put a dot of redstone here, and then we'll put the redstone block in between these 2. And so as you can see at the moment, that purple line is powering that piston, keeping that clock off, and that's also connected to our tile entity update detector button here. So when we hit that, it will actually switch the clock on for the moment and then off again when it finishes. Okay, so last little thing to do is connect up this side of the wiring, which goes down to the bottom and feeds the other side of the comparator clock here. So I've just stopped here. Now normally we would continue up this way, but for this top one we're just going to go straight up like that, and then just put redstone down like that. So when the clock turns on, it will power this line, which will go all the way down here, power that comparator, all the way down here, power that comparator, keep going down, power that comparator. So it's starting from the top and going down, and this yellow side is starting from the bottom and going up. And that's how we get our up and down. Alright, so that's about all there is to do for the wiring side of things. Now it's just a matter of building the actual carriage that you stand in and a little bit of tidying up here and there. So I'm going to go in and build the carriage. Now let's go down to the bottom here. Now the way you build the carriage is you start off with the brake. So here, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slime blocks up like that, and do the same on the other side. 5, 6, 7. Now what we need to do here, now what I've done on my other design was I put redstone blocks here and here, and that meant that I could power note blocks at each level. It's not necessary, but I think it's a cool little touch. So we'll do that, and then let's just put some andesite here, and that's the platform we'll stand on. And then we just want to extend this platform out with immovable blocks. So let's just do some furnaces maybe, like that. And they have to be immovable blocks as well because of that edge there that's going past. We can do that to the rest of the floors as well. So let's do that. Let's do that. And that should do that. Now the other thing you can do is you can hide your wiring in the back here. Again, if you use an immovable block, you can just put it down like this, and up here, down like that, and here like that. Now that hides some of the wiring there, and it also prevents you from falling forward and falling off. So that's pretty cool. Okay, just another little thing you can add here is on the top of these lamps you can put a button, and the button can help you get into the doors if you need to. And if you set these repeaters to 4 ticks, then it'll give you a good amount of time to walk through, like that. And you can put some buttons up here like I did previously to get out if you need to. And I'm just going to do that to the rest of the floors here. Okay. Like that. Okay, last part is to put the items in the hopper. Now in that 12 floor version I worked out the best amount of items, and this should actually, if you do 12 floors or less, use this many items that I'm about to show you. So in the top hopper set we'll put 12 items, and in the bottom we'll put 8. Now that should be the bare minimum of items. If you do more than 12 floors, you may need to tweak that a little bit. I think my 41 floor version, I'm pretty sure it's got roughly 20 to 25 items, but all you have to do is just play around with it. If your elevator gets stuck halfway up, the best way to do it is test from, say, the first floor and go to the top, and if your elevator gets stuck halfway up, then you know you need to add more items. And if you get to the top floor and these pistons are still running for a long time, then you might need to remove a few items. So now all we have to do is test it. Alright guys, so here we are. We can test the elevator out. The light's on here, number 1. I've put 1 item in the chest, so this light's on. The doors are open, that's good. Elevator's here sitting waiting. Let's check it out. So let's go up to the top floor. Floor number 3. 3 items in the chest. Doors close. The door's open at the top there. And what I've done here is just something a little bit different. I've disguised the buttons as droppers, and when you click into them it'll have click to go up here. I just renamed them in an anvil, and so you can click that and you will go up, and the same for the down button, click to go down. So let's give that a try. So we'll stand here in the middle, click in the middle there, and up we go onto the 3rd floor. So it seems to be working good, and yeah. Alright guys, couple last tips. When you're skinning this out, don't forget that on top of the chests here you need to have transparent blocks. So I use stairs in my video, and if you face the stairs the other way here, like this, the chest will still open. If you had a full block on this one or this one, this mechanism will break. So make sure you have a transparent block on the top like that, and as for the rest of it, you can carry on whichever way you like. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the tutorial, hopefully you followed it along nicely. If you do have any issues, let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can help you. I'm always happy to try and help. If you run into really big dramas, you can always send me your world file and I can have a look at it that way. Or if you're on a vanilla server or something and you want to try this on a server, give me the address and I can come on. One more thing is to take a look at the bottom of the description of this video. I've been putting some links up to try and get a few more people following me on various platforms. It'd be nice to get some more people checking me out on Twitter and stuff so that I can start uploading some more stuff on that, and I'm hoping to get some Twitch stuff going as well, so check that out if you like. Make sure to share this with anyone you think might enjoy it, and hopefully you've had fun doing this project. By the way, if anyone does make this on a server, I'd really like to see it because I haven't made it on one yet. If you build it on a vanilla server, that would be awesome and I could come check it out. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you again next time.